Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today, we're going to get into Motörhead. Super excited about that. I remember owning one album back in Mexico and one t-shirt that I was super proud of. I don't know if I can find the picture and put it in the video. Maybe not. It's gonna take me too long. But I would wear that t-shirt to death. And the funny thing, I was never really into Motörhead. I could never really get into them. I had one album, and I remember there was a bomber on there, like one of those bombers, planes, and that was it. So I don't know. I always represented Motörhead in a way because I wore that t-shirt for years. And it was like the classic black t-shirt with the white, Motörhead, head, the logo on the shirt. And, but I was, more into Iron Maiden and Metallica. It was just very hard to get the music, of Motörhead in Mexico, and especially in Puerto Vallarta. I did get the t-shirt in Guadalajara, which is like the biggest city there. And of course, we're talking about the leader and bass player and vocalist Lemmy, who was a larger than life persona here. So I'm super excited to get to explore more Motörhead. And thank you again also so much, Duncan, for this awesome marathon, for coming up with this, because it's my first Motörhead reaction on the channel. I don't think we have done anything. Let me see, just if I'm mistaken, Motörhead. Okay, no, we haven't. There's just, this is so funny because I was gonna talk to you about this. There is a Motörhead video on the channel, and that's me playing with my friends at the Hard Rock Cafe. I don't know, it's still private, and we play the Ace of Spades. It says 2010 live at the Roxy, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Cool. Maybe I should release it for the marathon. It's pretty good. It's very loud, so yeah, I might even release that. So yeah, but today we're going to get into the real deal. So we're going to do Motörhead from the album Motörhead, the self-titled release, 1977. Then let me see. I wanted to read what Duncan provided me with here. It says, "Hi Nick, thought I'd do a Motörhead marathon. I first saw Motörhead in 1975 when they had Pink Fairy's guitarist Larry Wallace in the band. They're fantastic live, and I saw them plenty of times." So you would hate our cover. This marathon shows the diversity of the band. You can read the lyrics and you'll see what a great writer Lemmy was. The first track is their signature tune, Motörhead, from the 1977 debut album. So that's the one that I'm going to do first. Second is from their 1979 second album, Overkill. The track is No Class. Overkill, obviously, is also another cool 80s band, thrash metal. The third is from their 2004 album, Inferno, and the track is called Killers. Killers, another album from Iron Maiden. I love, metal uses a lot of the same words, of course, So the fourth from the 2010 album is The World Is Yours, and the track is Brotherhood of Man. And the last is from 2013 album Aftershock, and the track is Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker, Led Zeppelin 2, I think. Enjoy the rock and roll, Duncan. Thank you so much, Duncan. I love this. It's very few words, but sometimes, that's enough, because I'm going to get into it, and let's explore Motörhead. And there's sometimes, less is more. And let's get into it. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. If you're a Motörhead fan, welcome to the channel. So this is the first Motörhead reaction ever that I'm going to do. And I'm excited. Really cool. So here we go. Give me just one moment. I'll line up the songs and we're going to roll. All right. So here we go. Here we are. back and we're ready to go. Motorhead, and this is the title track, Motorhead. Let's go. Thank you so much. Enjoy. That bass. Holy moly. Okay. So this is a little bit different from what I had heard. I mean, you know, the Eights of Spades, it's such a it sounds obviously different. This has like the doodle 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 doodle, this rock and roll feel, faster, more distorted, and of course Lemmy, I think he had some distortion on his bass. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if that was the case, but and also the lyrics, but kind of like, you know, not as loud. They were behind the music, and also, you know, Lemmy's voice is very like that. It's not very high. I'm not saying it's not very loud, but the way it's recorded here, it is more like it's the whole thing is kind of like distorted, you know, and I guess that's, you know, their style. So let's see. I just want to see what it says here under. Oh, it says metal genre. Okay. I mean, because it does sound, you know, let's see. Oh, they're from London. Okay, cool. It says new wave of British heavy metal. So basically Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, you know, all that bunch. Let's see. I guess they were one of the first ones, you know, to come. And because after that came bands like Iron Maiden, and then I guess Judas Priest had already started. I think 75, 74. I'm not really sure. But then, Metallica, of course, 81 or something. But those were like thrash, that was not the British wave of heavy metal. But yeah, it was, I mean, I loved it, it's very quick, very fast, down to the point, great solo, great distortion, on everything, everything's very loud. It almost reminded me a little bit of punk, punk rock, but again, this is obviously very different, but just like the delivery, very like fast paced, and the typical rock and roll, rhythm, but obviously sped up, very cool. I love it. It's a very cool band, and I had the lyrics up and everything, so really, really cool. So let's see. So this is what I love about these marathons. It's a little bit of a discovery because this is their first album, and now we're gonna listen to how much they changed. In let's see here. This is 79, so 2 years after. How did they sound like? And 2 years after their debut. Give me a second. I want to see if that was their first album. I want to see. I mean, I guess it should be because, yeah, that was 1977. Okay, yeah, so totally different style, because most of the bands were having like twin guitars and doing that whole, harmony guitar and stuff. They were more like, this is more like, I think how Priest got, like, I guess, yeah, in the 90s they got super heavy. In the 70s they were like, I guess they were heavy, but it was more like, I don't know, man. I love Judas Priest and their 70s stuff. I love their 80s stuff and their 90s stuff, but the 90s is just so much heavier than the 70s and 80s stuff. So they were just, they got just, and now the last album is heavier than ever. They just got heavier with age, And then there's just bands who start out super heavy, like Black Sabbath and Motorhead, All right, so let's get to the second song here. This is called No Class from Overkill. All right, let's go for it. Let's see how they change, like, sound-wise. Wow. So I obviously the question here is Tush, right? Dum dum bam 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 bam, which came out a little bit before, and I'm looking here, like I guess it is the same lick, but the song, I mean, the chord progression is different, and oh my god, there's like there's a whole forum about this. The only thing I typed in Tush and no class, and obviously it is the ZZ Top lick, and but hey, I guess that just happens in music, because I've heard that lick by 2 Minutes to Midnight, the there's like 20 different songs with that same lick. So it's because when you play heavy metal, it's just stuff just repeats itself. So I don't know if it was if they knew that ZZ Top had released this like in 1975, the Tush. But hey, even if they did, it's all I don't care. I love ZZ Top, and I love me some Motorhead. It's I can enjoy. I don't get into it too much. So whatever. This was a great song. I loved, again, obviously the riff is epic as hell, but the whole chord progression, the lyrics, I was a little bit thrown off, so I was just listening more to the song instead of the lyrics. But again, the whole guitar work here, just phenomenal. And yeah, it's because it threw me off, because I was like, did I like at the wrong song, and then I had to double check. But yeah, nevertheless, man, sounded amazing. I love that they even sound heavier than the first album, but I could be wrong. I only listened to one song, so I could be completely off, but this was just awesome. Great stuff. So No Class, also very short, very sweet, just like I remember when we used to play Ace of Spades. I think I have it right here because I pulled it up, and then I was just like, damn, this song should be longer. How can we just make it a little bit longer? And I think we just would repeat the last part, and then the solo sections, I think we added like 4 bars more just to be, so we could both solo, and then we just made the song, instead of like, because I think it's only 3 minutes, I think we made it into like a 4.5 minute song, or something like that. I don't remember, but I just want, like, let's make that song a little longer, But again, hey, it's 77 and stuff like that. Is that on the Motorhead, the Ace of Spades? No, it's not on the first album. So that came, I guess, later. I'll look it up in a bit. Let's see, Overkill. No. And now we're gonna go to Inferno. So we're jumping way back into the future here, 2004. So let's see how they sound in 2004. Killers is the song. The songs are now longer, of course. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. This is the third one. I was like, are we already halfway through? I was like, no. Okay, here we go. Killers is the song. Inferno is the album. 2004 is the year. 20 years ago already. Crazy. All right, here we go.
No quarter, we don't show no compassion. We glory in the slaughter. No mercy, we fetch your death. The killers, killers. We are the ones who told we are the killers, killers. We do not yearn for gold. We are the killers, killers. We know the wrath of battle. We are killers, killers. And the killers will destroy your life. Hey, hey. You die. The devil rides to glory. We hasten by his side. A legendary story told by fireside. No quarter, let all hope fade. We glory in the slaughter. Our backs the ace of spades. No mercy, we bring the sword. The killers, killers. We murder you in battle. We are killers, killers. We ride you down like cattle. We are killers, killers. We bite our way to legend. We are killers, killers. And the killers love to see you die. Killers, killers. We kill you till you die. We are the killers, killers. We hold our banners high. We are the killers, killers. We hang you out to die. We are the killers, killers. And all we bring is death to life.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So he was already in his 50s here. So I just looked up so it's already been, you know, a while since Lemmy passed away in 2015. Literally the year that one of my big idols passed away, Alan Holdsworth. It's at the same age. They were born the same year, 1945 and 2015, when at the age of 70, both of them, you know, literally in the same city as well, LA, both from England, both amazing, just Englishmen, you know, just like changed the music forever, you know. I'm sure Motorhead changed music in a way. I mean, what I like about them, they're very different from all the other bands that they're just like heavy, you know. It's that voice is just special, you know, and the style is just, it's like thick and it's like heavy and everything is, you know, there's not so much you know, it's like straight to the point, like metal, you know. And I love this, you know, 2004, this version here. I mean, the sound and what they have, and they still sound like, you know, in the 70s. I love that, you know. They never changed their style. And you know, the crap that was being played in 2004 on the radio. There were some amazing metal bands coming out in 2004. Symphony X, Dream Theater was doing amazing stuff. You know, Metallica kind of like got super soft. What Iron Maiden was doing a great comeback in 2001, 1999, when they came out with Brave New World. Man, that was just the happiest day of my life when that came out. But 2004 was an interesting, you know, I was, well, not that old, you know, but I was already listening to metal and Pink Floyd and prog, you know, a little bit of prog, but I didn't really know like too much about bands, you know. In Mexico and Puerto Vallarta, you grow up there and you live in a little bubble, you know, like you meet some tourists and then they show you like something, but pretty much like everybody, I don't know, was it like around that time when I started to play? I think 2002 or something too. Yeah, so my guitar playing sucked. It still is not the best, but you know, it's pretty okay. It's pretty good. But this is just a great band. I just love the simplicity of the band, you know. There's not so much like, I don't know, like it's just like down, it's just like, you know, take it or leave it, you know. This is how we sound like, and we're starting like, you know, there's some bands have like this intro and then they have interludes and then they have the certain bridge and then they have this pre-solo section. There's solos, double solos. I love all that, don't get me wrong, but they're just, you know, like they just like, this band Motörhead is just like a freight train. It's just like, you know, it comes all out at once and it's just like, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but I really like it, you know. It's really cool. And I remember watching I think a documentary with Lemmy. I think that was this Canadian guy who's amazing, by the way, and he did like this documentary called Metal Evolution, and I think he interviews everyone. I think the only two bands who didn't let themselves get interviewed was Led Zeppelin, because they were like, we're not metal, you know, that kind of deal. But he literally, like Judas Priest, of course, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Megadeth, you know, Scorpions, Halloween, Manowar, King Diamond, Yngwie Malmsteen, whatever you can think of, you know, which in metal, he interviewed. It took him like 2 years, and one of them was Lemmy, and he was just like, I think living in a and he used to go gamble and stuff, because there's like this, every band has like this 10-minute 15-minute like part in the documentary, and he would just go out and gamble and stuff, you know. And he was already older, you know, he was like maybe 60 something, you know. So really cool. And that's where I know him from. But the music, I was always very kind of like, I did have one album, but I just didn't listen to it, you know. I don't know why. It's just one of those things, you know, if you have to get into it or you have to get introduced to something by someone. I remember doing that. I got one of my best friends who started to play guitar the same day that I did. We started the same day, and then were just like competing against each other. Very, very, that was very good, because it was just we were just pushing each other every day. But I got him into Metallica, right? And then I got him into Iron Maiden, and then he was kind of like stuck. And then I wanted to get him into Priest, and he was like, no, you know. And it took me like a while to show him stuff and different songs, and it's like, oh yeah, I get it now. I get it, you know. So that kind of like, I never had that with Motörhead. There wasn't a friend who would like, hey, listen to this and listen to that, because I had that with King Diamond and with Megadeth and Yngwie Malmsteen. Well, Yngwie Malmsteen, that was, yeah, I mean, yes, I got someone who got me into him, but I had heard of Jason Becker, and I was just like blown away. Jason Becker and Marty Friedman, they had a band called Cacophony, and I showed that to one guy, and he's like, oh, this sounds like this guy that I listen to. And I'm like, who is that? Yngwie Malmsteen. And I'm like, who the hell is that? It's like the weirdest name I've ever heard. And then he showed me something, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? And because I was just getting into guitar, and it sounded just so like a laser lightning fast, and I was like, I have to get this, you know. And that's when my whole guitar journey changed from like listening to rock bands or metal bands to like guitar players. I got into Steve Vai and Joe Satriani and Eric Johnson and Michelangelo and then Greg Howe. And then it got more complex and more complex, you know, Guthrie and then Alan Holdsworth. And then with Alan Holdsworth, it's kind of like everything stopped because I was so blown away by him that every other guitar player was just like, I'm just going to listen to him for a while. And that lasted, you know, from pretty much from 2006 until like just recently, you know. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so, and I can still listen to him every day and I never get bored and I always figure out something new and it's just so challenging, you know. It's insane. All right, this was amazing. Brotherhood of Man is next. From The World Is Yours. I love that. That's from Scarface, right? Let's see. The World Is Yours. That's the thing that he had in his house, right? So cool. All right, here we go. What I'm saying this.
Now your time has come, a storm of iron in the sky. War and murder come again, lucky if you die. No way to rescue destiny, scream and curse in vain. You will never be remembered. No one knows your name. When the music changes, then all is broken down. Mighty cities laid to ruin, burning to the ground. Murder has become the law. You cannot make a stand. Chaos rules the world, now mortal. Brotherhood of Man.
So good.
You cannot hide the truth from me. I know what's in your heart. Greed and jealousy, each equal. All your days now dark. Mighty mountains fall in dust. The world falls into hell.
So good. So good. This is such great metal. This is like it's like a wall of sound. It's just like it's just like I love his voice. It's so freaking awesome, iconic. And I think it was just great to have Motorhead with everybody else. We had Bruce Dickinson, we had, Rob Halford doing all the, falsetto stuff, and Eric Adams, from Manowar. And I was just been getting into Manowar again, and I have to show them to Alexa. She's gonna love him. But I love that and I remember he would always have this mic, like in pictures. And I think I don't know, I've seen some like footage, of course, and he would always sing like this, super like, I don't know, maybe he would go, maybe that was the way, because James Hetfield always sings like this. He's always hunched over and like everybody has like their way to have their microphone so the voice comes out, and Lemmy would always like sing like this, like that, I guess. Super cool. That solo, again, the whole like wall of distortion, I just love it. It's a good time. It's really good, and I really like it. It's not as complex, and I kind of like that. It's like AC/DC, I mean AC/DC is pretty complex when you think about it. When you actually play the music, there's some stuff that's kind of like, it's not that easy. Have you ever tried that lick? A beginner, no, it's not for beginners. You have to be, at least 1 year, 2, 3 years of playing to be able to play that lick. Or you play 8 hours a day and then you can do it after a couple of months. But man, it's just very good. And he was 65 when we recorded this. And now this next one, Aftershock, Heartbreaker, this was 2 years before he passed. So he was 68 years old. That takes some balls to do. That's a ballsy move. Like I think Lemmy just lived life to the fullest. He literally recorded until he died, almost. Like, I don't even know from what he passed. Let's see if it says. Not that I'm, I'm not interested. You know what? I don't want to know. I rather remember him alive, and I don't even want to know what the cause was, because it's, it just, yeah, it's, sometimes I do, when I do a reaction and the person is already, deceased, that it just like, yeah, it's a little bit depressing. I don't get depressed, so don't worry. I don't have depressions or anything, but it just sucks. It's just like, man. And so I'm not even going to look it up, I just imagine him alive and how awesome this guy was, wearing this amazing freaking hat and his beard, and that he never really changed. He was just a true metal icon, and everybody loves this guy to this day. That's the cool thing, to leave a legacy like that. Everybody knows Lemmy, even though I don't know the band, I do know Lemmy, you see, because this guy has been portrayed in video games. There was this really cool video game called I think Jack Black was the main character. It's a bit cartoony, but very like violent, and so it's just, and you drive. It's basically based on Motörhead and Megadeth and Metallica and Ozzy Osbourne, and Lemmy appears in that game. So I think it came out in 2011. I think it's called, man, what is that game called? Because just so you can see a video of it, it's fun. Jack Black. I'm not telling you, go out and play it, even though it's like you can't even get it. You can only get it on PC, or like 2 generations ago. Jack Black video game metal. Brutal Legend. It's called Brutal Legend, and basically if you look at the cover, it's pretty much like a Motorhead like cover. It was like Manowar, you know, was just like all full out, you know, skulls, and the guitar is like a battle axe. It's just really fun, you know. And I think there were some, you know, appearances by Ozzy Osbourne as like the ultimate metal god, and I think Rob Halford and Lemmy, and there's a lot of people that were metal icons who are in that game. And also the music is obviously pure metal. So if you ever want to like have a good time, type in Brutal Legend video game on YouTube. Just watch a little bit of footage. It's hilarious. It's really good. Because it has all the dialogues and has all the real actors and or real musicians doing their parts and acting out their parts. So it's kind of cool. All right. This is the last one. Heartbreaker from Aftershock. Let's go. Wow, 68 years old. Man, what a legend. I love that. What a great lick, man. What a great riff. Great solo. The whole freaking sound of Motorhead is so good. I'm definitely going to get into it more. And now I'm getting Alexia to, you know, I'm encouraging her to play more bass. And so the other day she, you know, she tried, you know, a little bit of Sade, and And she loved it. And I'm like, hey, let's try some metal. You're really going to like this. You know, this is going to feel amazing. And, you know, and when you feel, you know, the amp, you know, and when you play like, you know, a little bit more tremolo and stuff. And she loves it, man. But she's still playing with her fingers, you know, no pick needed here. And she's like, you know, so we're going to see some more footage of Alexia. You're going to be surprised. She's so talented. It's insane. Like, I wish I would have had that talent when I started. I don't know, you know, and she's just like, you know, she just needs a lot of, she just like, the good thing is, you know, she has a lot of backup, and I tell her, you know, how talented she is, and that's what she needs. You know, I think every musician needs that. You know, I'm just like, wow, you know, but I'm really, really surprised. I'm not just like, you know, saying it. If she wasn't good, I wouldn't even try. I would be like, hey, that was fun. Okay, let's not do that again. But I mean, she's so good and she has so much fun, and I can see it. And she's just, you know, she has just that musical talent that, you know, some people have and some people don't, but she has it. And it's incredibly easy for her to pick up stuff that took me months to learn, and she just does it on, you know, right away, which is crazy. So yeah, we're gonna see Alexia play more bass, maybe some Motorhead, you know. So, but yeah, this was awesome, Duncan. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Thank you. First marathon, first Motorhead reaction. I didn't just get a reaction, I just got a whole marathon. Thank you so much, and such good picks. These were classic. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be like, why? But I'm sure he doesn't want to go with the obvious, you know, Ace of Spades. Everybody knows that. And that's a song that I played. So I'll add it, you know, I'll release it. I'll release our little cover version, so you get your Ace of Spades. But I think this was an amazing set. Thank you so much. Thank you, Duncan, and thank you all you Motorhead fans. You know, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're almost there at 100,000 subscribers. It would be wonderful if you guys could, you know, give the ultimate push. Because there's some people who are like I get it, you know, there's people that only watch our Iron Maiden videos, and there's people that only watch our Judas Priest videos, and anything else, skip or dislike. I get it, you know. I'm just like, I've opened up a lot in these 3 years that we've been doing the channel. I don't dismiss anything anymore. I just try to grab something of value and just apply it to the music that I already know. You know, also music theory. There's a lot of good stuff, and there's some amazing stuff that sometimes you wouldn't even consider, you know. Like, you know, like you listen to this band and you're like, well, what could I learn of value? And there's a lot of stuff that is like, wow, how did they come up with this stuff, you know? And when you play it on the guitar, so there's always something to discover. So that's why I'm so happy that you guys always kind of like find something new, you know. Might it be Thin Lizzy, that was, I had no idea of, you know. I mean, all these other bands that we're gonna do some King Crimson, which is like like next level stuff. And yeah, I'm super excited. Ozzy Osbourne, we've never done an Ozzy Osbourne marathon. I'm gonna do one, I think, today. So just to explore a little bit more of Randy Rhoads, what a legend. But again, thank you so much for watching, for being here, for liking. Share the video if you like it. Give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down, whatever you feel like. Subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.